Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. This is Triple Threat. I go by the name of Liam, and we have a little Raw recap from the 11th of May. Just trying to think of a date. I gotta sneeze. Why did it sound like that sneeze chipped my windscreen? But yeah, Raw, 11th of May 2026. I think the biggest talking point is what's going on with Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu. So the segment I'm talking about starts off with Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso in the ring. Jey Uso is waiting backstage for Jacob Fatu to arrive. We see the car pull in. We see it on the Titantron, or the screens, whatever they're called nowadays. Can we still call it a Titantron? I do. We see Jacob pull in. Jey Uso is there to meet him. He basically starts telling him to stop doing what he's doing, to rethink it. This isn't the right way to go. Jacob doesn't acknowledge him. He just walks with a purpose towards the ring. They keep going. Jey Uso is following. They keep going, they keep going, they keep going. They get to a little bit, like, leading out to a ring. And Jey puts his hand on Jacob. Says he needs to stop. This isn't the best thing to do. At this point, Jacob switches and attacks Jey Uso. He leaves him unconscious, well, not unconscious, but knocked down on the floor. Jacob looks to the camera and he says, I'm just double checking what I wrote down. Jacob looks to the camera and says, "You want me to come and acknowledge you, Roman? Hell nah. You gonna have to beat that acknowledgement out of me." Obviously, he sounded a lot cooler when he said it, but you get the gist of it. He then walks to the ring. On his way to the ring, Jimmy jumps out of the ring and starts walking towards Jacob on the ramp, on the aisle. Jacob just attacks him straight away, no words are said, and he leaves his cousin in the same state he left his other cousin, backstage. So both Usos are down. Jacob then goes to the ring. Him and Roman start firing off, attacking each other. We see a couple of Superman punches. We see a couple of steel chairs being used. And then the Tongan death grip gets applied to Roman. And as we've seen for the last couple of weeks, minus Backlash, Jacob gets the better of Roman. After all that's done, Jacob leaves Roman lying in the ring and starts walking up the ramp before he gets to a camera, and he says, "All gas, no brakes," turns round, runs back down, and at this point Roman and the Usos are all sort of getting on their feet outside of a ring. Jacob runs, there's a flying spear type crossbody thingy, and everybody goes through the barricade. So then we see Jacob getting up, walking away with the others all down. So once again, Jacob Fatu has had the better of Roman Reigns. Where is this going to end? When will Jacob win the title? Because I definitely feel it's coming. Will anyone else get involved? At the moment, Jacob is getting the better of Roman and the Usos. So we will have to see. But yeah, it's definitely heating up. And it's getting quite crazy, to be fair. What else happened on Raw? Seth Rollins helped the Street Profits beat the Vision. Braun was with the Vision on the outside of the ring. He told them to distract the referee so he could run and spear, who was it? Dawkins, maybe? Whilst he's running around, Seth Rollins appears out of nowhere, takes out Braun. While all that's happening, Dawkins in the ring, roll-up pin on Austin Theory, 3 count, all done. Then Braun gets in the ring, Seth Rollins super kicks him out, leaving the Street Profits and Seth Rollins standing in the ring. Would anything else happen here? Could there potentially be a 6-man tag, Street Profits and Seth against the Vision? Who knows? It seemed as if the Street Profits were getting a little annoyed at Seth, saying they didn't want him there. They did get the win, but, you know, either or. It was something to watch this space. It's definitely not over between Braun and Seth. Will the Street Profits and the Vision get dragged into it? Could we potentially see new tag champions soon? Who knows? Following that, Javon Evans pinned Rusev. He said he was going to, and he did it. Highlight of this match for me was Javon and Penta in the ring. They both did the little Penta walk dance type emote. Quite entertaining. But again, a very good match. Lots of high flying, obviously, from Javon. But yeah, he did pin the big man. Pause. Tag team action next. Paige and Brie Bella were called out by the Judgment Day. All four of them start fighting before Liv appears and hits the Codebreaker on Paige. It's also understood that next week on Raw we have a tag title match with Judgment Day, not including Liv, against Paige and Brie, with the Judgment Day looking to get all the women's belts in their little faction. They've obviously already got Liv, who's a champion. They're looking to add the tag team titles as well, just to get all the gold. Speaking of sticking with women's wrestling, Io Sky, she had a fight with Sol Ruka, her first official Raw fight, and it was very entertaining again. Lots of moonsaults, lots of high flying. Io Sky did manage to get the win by countering the Sol Snatcher into a pin. So unfortunately this was Sol's first loss on Raw. But again, after the match there was a lot of gratitude, a lot of hugs, welcome to Raw kind of moment. There was lots of respect from both sides. Also, in a slightly different moment, Asuka was seen backstage leaving an emotional, heartfelt message to Io Sky. She said she was looking for someone to take over her position, and said even when they fight, they will always be family. We still don't know what's going on with Asuka. There's talk of her stepping away for some time. There's some family issues in Japan that she needs to be away for. We don't know when she's coming back, but it looks as if the baton has been passed to Io Sky. So, again, something to watch there. It looks as if Io Sky is stepping away from Rhea Ripley now as her best friend. Maybe she's standing on her own, but watch this space, who knows? Dominic Mysterio also defended the AAA Mega Championship on Raw. First time we've seen a title defense on Raw, but he went against the original El Grande Americano. The win came from him trying to remove the mask whilst he was leaning over the second rope. He got 619'd. Dom hit a frog splash. Dominic retains. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Last thing I want to mention, Obafemi. He came to a ring for his Obafemi Open Challenge. Nobody came out, so he walked backstage quite frantically looking for someone to fight. Unfortunately for... who did he get? He got Albert and Berta. Albert and Berta saw them backstage, carried them both to the ring pretty much, turned it into a handicap match, beat them quite easily, a couple of power bombs. They didn't stand a chance. But he has already confirmed that the Open Challenge will continue next week. So he needs to find somebody. I don't know where WWE are going with this. I don't know who's going to step up. Don't even know who would stand a chance. But comment below, let me know your thoughts. I think if Seth Rollins wasn't here, Braun against Obafemi would be very interesting. But yeah, I don't know where this ends up. I don't know who the final challenger is. I don't know who's actually going to beat Obafemi. We'll have to watch this space and see. As always, I've been Liam. Thank you for watching. Drop your comments below. Drop a like on the video. And if you're not already, why not subscribe? I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.